Activision just dropped so much info about Black Ops 6 Season 2, and Zombies is getting a ton of stuff with Season 2's launch. We also got a first glimpse at the new map, The Tomb, in the recent Season 2 trailer, and a lot of info was given in the blog post by Call of Duty on what we can expect to see in the new map, including details on the new enemies, levels, and so much more. There's a lot of info that I want to cover in today's video, so I don't want to linger too long on this intro, but before we do that, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the latest videos. Alright, let's just get right into it. So the Tomb is meant to be a cursed set of catacombs that includes underground chambers and a lot more that is also used as a guard for this gateway to the Dark Ether. The core team, which includes Weaver, Maya, Carver, and Gray, are going to the Tomb following the events at Citadel de Mort in order to try and find the Sentinel artifact. The team is hoping that if they find it, then they can try and release Samantha Maxis from the Dark Ether where she is currently imprisoned. The Tomb is going to launch at the start of Season 2 on January 28 at 9 AM Pacific, and the main quest will be available to start immediately. The main playable crew are of course the core 4, but there will be guidance given from characters like Sam, Peck, Ravenov, Strauss, Raptor 1, and even Sir Archibald, because there are supposed to be audible anomalies in the form of echoes of this British explorer. The map itself has an exterior area and an interior. There's also subterranean levels, so the surface level dig site will be the entryway to the rest of the map. It's the starting point. Strange glowing runes present around the map will mark certain alcoves, including potential gateways to these subterranean regions. Treyarch also released a promotional teaser featuring these runes captioned, "Don't know how far down this place goes," and it shows one of them being used as a sort of gateway into another area. We can also see the gobblegum machine by one of these broken pillars, as well as an arsenal salvage machine at the top of the scaffolding, a strange purple glow behind this buried pillar, and some armor upgrades here in the back. So the purple glow is supposed to be this like ether lantern which casts light and can even be used to fight back against zombies. I'll talk about that a little more in detail later. The Neolithic catacombs and ossuary go back many years in history, and both include lots of paintings depicting the many civilizations that interacted with this tomb. So it looks like from the trailer as well that there's a lot of historical settings that we'll be seeing imagery and ideas from, which in my opinion is really cool. I always like that kind of stuff. We can see another one of these strange glowing runes again here, so maybe these runes are what separate the levels, or at least separate different rooms and areas from each other, and there's also another gobblegum machine. The tombs themselves are of ancient warriors from eras long gone, such as the Roman Empire. There's a lot of really cool statues around here, as well as a death perception perk machine, so this is a new one that's been included in this map. There's also a Tonto .22 wall buy in this area of the map. It seems I didn't really spot any other wall buys so far, but I'm sure that there's going to be a good amount of them. There's also the Shrine of the Hierophants, which were ancient priests that had to interpret these sacred mysteries. There are also traps in this area though, so you have to be careful. In this part of the map, there's another gobblegum machine, this workshop crafting table, a stamina perk machine, and another one of those strange glowing runes. There's another layer below ground called the Subterranean Temple, which leads to the deep excavation area. This was part of the tomb that was used for worship, and it looks like we have more of that glowing purple material here, so that seems to be related to the Dark Ether. Looks like there's also a quick revive machine, an armor upgrade, and more of that red glowing rune stuff. You then have to take the doorway to nowhere and enter the Dark Ether Nexus, and after that everything is redacted, so we'll just have to wait and see by playing through the tomb. But honestly, this section of the map looks absolutely insane. I love the way it looks. I'm very excited to play the tomb. It looks like it's going to have a lot of things to do. We have some news on the enemy types that will be included in the tomb, including a shock mimic. That looks like it's going to be so much fun to deal with. And basically they seem to be camouflaged, and when they approach, or when you approach them or something, they break out of their illusion, grab players, and electrify them. They also disrupt your eyesight and radar when they hit you with their shock attacks. Awesome. Great. I'm gonna have a fun time dying to these. There's also some more enemies that will be in the tomb, including lots of zombies dressed in attire from different time periods, as well as previous worshippers. We saw what looked like some gladiator style zombies as well from the trailer, and even some of the images in the blog. Very Black Ops 4-esque in my opinion. Now add on some Avenged Sevenfold and we'll be good. I mean, I wouldn't mind more Avenged Sevenfold and zombies. But in any case though, there are many that are mummified. Some have a more skeletal appearance. There's a lot of different looks to these zombies. I'm really liking the idea of the zombies variety, and I think it adds a lot more to the map. The new wonder weapon for the tomb is confirmed to be the Staff of Ice, which can blast out frost and generate healing energies to revive allies from a distance. This thing honestly looks so cool, and if you beat the Easter egg quest, you get the X91 Ice Pike reward, which gives the staff this cool skin. The main quest for the tomb will go live when the map launches as well, so you can immediately work on discovering the Easter egg quest. On top of the staff skin, you get 5000 XP and a unique calling card if you can complete the quest before they release directed mode. There's also going to be some additional content like arrow traps traps, which send out darts of damaging energy from the wall to attack enemies, but you can be shot by your own traps, so that's something to note. There's also etheric lanterns, which are dark ether chandeliers and light sources that we saw in some of the map images earlier, so that's when I was mentioning the purple glow. These can be used to rain down etheric fire that can damage anything that walks by. There's also a lot more intel to be uncovered as you explore the map through audio recordings, documents, things like that. Death perception is the new confirmed perk to be in Black Ops 6 Zombies. You'll be able to research its augments like any other perk in the game, and it will be in the other maps via the Wonder Fizz machine. So I'm excited for this one personally. I think in this image as well, we can see what looks like the Pack-a-Punched weapon, and it looks like the Pack-a-Punch camo is kind of based a little bit off those glowing runes on the wall, so that's interesting. There's another image from earlier in the blog post that shows Maya holding a gun with that Pack-a-Punched camo on it, so it looks really cool. The death perception augments though are as follows. The major ones are Treasure Hunter, which will let you spot items others can miss from loot containers, as well as special and elite kills. Death Stare lets your elemental weakness damage have a chance to kill an enemy that is low on health. Critical Eye allows you to gain a small chance that a body shot becomes a critical shot. For the minor augments, we have Bird's Eye View, which allows the scan rate of the minimap to be increased. Extra Change lets you find extra essence under more locations, and Further Insight increases perception radius. So I believe Death Perception was introduced, I think, back in Black Ops 4, and what it does is it lets you see enemies nearby easier, so kind of enhances that sort of thing, but there's a little more to it in Black Ops 6, of course. There are also going to be 3 new Gobblegums, which will be available at launch and will be included across the older maps as well. Dead Drop is the first one, which is an epic Gobblegum. This one increases the drop rates of salvage and equipment, and it lasts for 5 minutes. Modified Chaos is the next Gobblegum, which is a legendary gum and greatly reduces all ammo mod cooldowns, and it lasts a total of 2 minutes. Quacknarok is a whimsical gum, which lets zombies move around in rubber ducky inner tubes and lasts for 3 minutes. These whimsical ones are hilarious. I mean, like, there's an image of what Quacknarok looks like, and you can't tell me this isn't amazing. There's also a new support weapon, which is the War Machine Grenade Launcher. I mentioned this one in yesterday's video when I covered the multiplayer and Warzone updates, as it is a new score streak. It's going to be in Zombies as well, and it costs 2,500 salvage. You fire grenades at zombie crowds, which is great, I think, for getting out of tight spots and areas. There's going to be directed mode sometime mid-season, and there's going to be apparently a new limited time mode coming mid-season, but they didn't give details on what that is just yet. There's also some new quality of life updates coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies, and this includes the challenge tracking that they talked about recently, which will let you track your camo challenges and calling card challenges manually. You've got up to 10 at a time to track. If you don't want to track anything manually, the game will automatically pick the ones that are the closest to completion for you. There's also going to be a separate HUD preset for zombies now, so you can create one for zombies, and it's not going to affect one for multiplayer and vice versa, of course. Besides these two changes, there's also the co-op pause, which is if everyone is in the same party in a match, the party leader is going to be able to pause the game in case anyone else needs to do something. I know lots of people like to watch Easter egg guides as they do the Easter egg quest, so this is definitely helpful. There's also an AFK kick loadout recovery feature coming at the launch of Season 2, so if a player gets kicked for going AFK for too long in a co-op game, their loadout, essence, and salvage will now be restored after they rejoin the in-progress match. From the release trailer for Season 2, we saw some stuff specifically for zombies. It was a brief look, but it was enough for us to get a couple of hints here. It looks like in this shot we've got a new skin for Weaver where he's wearing this like full white outfit. There's another skin for Gray where she seems to be wearing full camo and a gas mask. It also looks like Carver has a new skin where he's wearing this tan hat and an orange shirt or something like that. I don't know if I saw if Maya had a different skin or not, but she might. We also see in the trailer that the ice staff is being used against what appears to be an amalgam, so that's a confirmed enemy now for the new map. It also looks like there's a doppelgast, so it seems like we've got a ton of enemy variants in this one map in addition to the shock mimics, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Alright, my predictions for the next map is that they're going to add hellhounds on top of mimics, doppelgast, manglers, and amalgams, and maybe something else, because why not? I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably add more if I designed a zombies map just because it sounds funny to do. Anyways though, the tomb is supposed to be on the smaller side, but it actually looks pretty decently sized. Yeah, there are some narrower corridors and things like that, but it genuinely looks like it's not that small as I thought it would be for some reason. There's a lot of levels to it, so maybe its spread isn't huge, but depth-wise it's pretty big. That's fun, honestly, sort of like Elden Ring, where you just find like random underground areas for some reason. I'm pretty excited for this map. It does look like it's going to be a lot of fun to play. Treyarch also said a gameplay trailer is supposed to drop tomorrow, so I'm pretty hyped for that as well. I will wrap things up there for today though. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications set to all so you can stay up to date with all the latest videos. Share this video and comment below what you think about this new info we got for zombies, and that's all for today, folks.